Our national healthcare mess continues as Dallas area residents with disabilities fight for the wheelchairs and supplies they need to live life to the fullest. Mobility Medical, a Dallas durable medical equipment company, is appealing wheelchair payment denials for up to 80 customers. Denials occur after the wheelchair has been given to customers. Therefore, Mobility Medical must endure the lack of payment for up to 3 years for each case. Thankful customers wanted to tell this story and raise awareness of the problem.
My name is Dorothy Hill. I'm a post-polio quad 24/7 ventilator dependent since 1987, and I've been in a wheelchair since 1949. The wheelchair I have now allows me to tilt and recline, which is very important to get gravity off the rib cage and be able to give some rest to my lungs and while I breathe. I do very well, and it's because of people like Casey, really, who comes to my need when something's wrong with a chair, or I have a need of a function that I need help with, and they have been very good to try to take care of that. I think the thing that impresses me most about the DME companies that I work with, and they work with me, is the caring, because most of the things that Casey did on this chair were custom things that Medicare would not pay for, but they were needs for my welfare and my daily function. And he just went in his garage and built them and made them and put them on the chair. And he didn't get paid for that. Nobody got paid for that. That's just caring. So that's what brings my concern to what's going on with all these things in Medicare. I don't understand it all. I don't claim to. But I just know that how they're suffering, and they're suffering eventually if they get to where they just won't be able to help people like me, because people do have to put beans on the table. That's a fact. They have to get paid. They have to eat. And to me, I feel like that's just like pulling the plug on people like me. What will we do if I don't have somebody that cares enough to help build a special ventilator tray for a chair where I can still recline so I can breathe? I would be bedfast. If I'd be bedfast, you're looking at all kinds of medical issues there. Pressure sores, congestive lungs from laying in bed.
In an effort to reduce fraud and abuse, Medicare implemented strict documentation rules that are extremely tedious for physicians, therapists, and medical equipment providers to follow. Medicare has taken minimal steps to educate the medical community on the nitpicking details of their rules. In Philip's case, his physician forgot to include one sentence that indicated that she had referred Philip to the seating specialist that is part of her clinic. Because of this, Medicare refuses to recognize Philip's medical necessity and denied payment for his wheelchair.
28 years in a chair, I mean, I've never had an issue. Now, because my doctor doesn't, document it that at that point in time, I mean, now I'm being denied a wheelchair. To be in a wheelchair, in my opinion, in any situation that people can be in medically, for whatever reason, it's your attitude. And, if you have the tools available to you, like this chair, it allows you to live life to the fullest that you can possibly live it.
Medicare has indicated to John that he too has been denied payment for his wheelchair.
I got some correspondence from Medicare, and my correspondence indicated that it was a problem with the vendor in their paperwork. So I contacted the vendor and was not very happy with them, and stayed unhappy for quite a while. And then as time evolved, I began to get a better feeling for what actually happened, and my anger moved into my benefit that I have paid for that I'm not getting. And to think that these idiots would decide that I've looked at the paperwork now that the vendor's been provided. They're saying it was that I don't qualify for a chair. Well, they've provided a chair for me for 15 years. So I guess I'm miraculously healed, and I can play tennis now. They have the bureaucracy of Medicare is a absolute farce and needs to be changed. And the vendors, I have no idea what all they go through. But just as an individual, I mean, my pride is hurt that I have been using this man's money, purchasing my chair, for almost 3 years. I mean, I shouldn't have, and I assume they've just let me have the chair out of the goodness of their heart because I wouldn't have one.
Medicare has denied payment to Mobility Medical for Robert's catheters. Robert takes it upon himself to appeal his own denials. Meanwhile, Mobility Medical offers the supplies to Robert at cost to get him by.
I was on private insurance until '04. They've always paid for it. Medicare paid for it from '04 to '08. Fully reimbursed these. For some reason in the 2009 timeframe, they started to deny these arbitrarily. So the cost of this is about $10 per day. And the intermittent catheters, which they allow 5 or 6 per day reimbursement, that's about $30 a day.
Medicare denies Robert's request for a product that costs $300 per month. They have approved a different product, one that Robert cannot use because it causes him infections, for as much as $1,500 a month.
Bottom line is, they deny these every month. I appeal. They approve usually 2 to 6 per month, and they deny the other 24 products. I appeal, I win, I appeal, I win, I appeal, I win, and I keep fighting and fighting, because each month, even though the appeals are successful, they keep denying, even though I attach the successful appeals to the new monthly bill.
Eventually, Robert and Mobility Medical will win all of their appeals for the denied equipment, but the delays in payment take up to 3 years to be rectified. This is an unsustainable business model. Medicare must be held accountable for this illogical method that threatens the businesses that care for Americans with disabilities.